Hi there, I'm binding onto split boards today. And I thought I would show you how to prepare the tabs to attach the boards to the text block. So I found this onto cords. I've already rounded, backed, and lined this spine, and so here we go. Since I've got shoulders on this spine, I'm going to be using a board to support the text block so I don't smash it. First thing to do is going to be to trim to size. I'm just going to trim this mull down ever so slightly. And then also trim these cords back. Now I'll fray these cords out. Just using a piece of scrap board. Kind of untwist these ever so slightly. I use this great micro spatula to just straighten out all the strands in these cords so they'll lay nice and flat. So I've got a little bit of glue in this cord because I was sloppy while I was lining the spine. So I can just take an awl and try and break that apart slightly just so it will lay nice and flat. It's not the end of the world if it doesn't. This will all be sort of laying down into the joint. This is a Italian micro spatula that I got, I think, from Talus or Hollanders, and these are expensive, but they're really great. It's a very springy, very thin. They come in a bunch of different sizes. I use them all the time. I love them. Okay, so now we're going to fold our waste sheet to the width of our tab. It's about there. You can measure. Look at your board and sort of get an idea for how wide your gap is. Just fold about that. It's not a super crucial measurement. And then fold right up into the joint there, right into the shoulder. And we'll just trim this back with a pair of scissors. Got a waste sheet to glue out onto. And glue underneath all three of these cords. I'll just glue this whole piece out while I've got my brush out. You can use the brush to glue these frayed cords down. I want these to sort of spread out and lay flat, especially working into that corner of the shoulder. Really like a Teflon folder with a straight edge for this as well. Sort of reinforce that shape. Teflon folder won't get stuck, and the glue is very easy to peel off of it. can, I can use that Teflon folder to fold the mold down over the shoulder of the text block. And flatten this out. And at this point, I can kind of do a little bit of molding of these chords so they'll sit nice as they sort of transition into the joints. And glue out our mold. Fold that over. Now you can use a piece of board. I like to use pressing tins. I have a couple in the press over here. And these will just keep the sort of pressing on this bulky tab from imprinting onto our end sheets. And so I'm really going to flatten this down as best I can, continuing to really work all of that garbage up into the corner of the joint here, or the shoulder rather. I'm just flattening these chords down. You can see there's not a whole lot of bulk in there. Now, I'll use acetate as a moisture shield or a fence. Just to keep that moisture from soaking into my text block. And then I'll mask that off as well so that the board doesn't get stuck to all that business. Now I can flip it over and do the other side. None of this needs to be particularly neat. It just needs to be flat, because all of this jazz is going to get sandwiched in between the layers of our split boards. Now I'll take this whole stack of stuff and send it off to the nipping press for a quick squeeze. And then I'll dry these under a little bit of light weight until I'm done with the rest of this stack, at which point I'll call it good.